he took my wine glass, poured it into my big wine, like red wine glass, and told me that, okay, you need to drink this with me.
Yep.
And I drank the entire glass in one go. I had to do that a couple more times. And then I had to do that with a full glass of wine.
Namaskar, beautiful HAKKA family.
Welcome back to another video. So this week's poll winner is... The majority of you guys were quite curious to hear about our little short trip to China.
Last year?
Most of you guys know we live in Toronto, Canada, and it was a long flight from Toronto to Shanghai. It was about 15 hours. So day one, we actually landed in Shanghai and we were greeted by Summers, truly.
My sister? Yeah, so my sister lives in Shanghai with my brother-in-law. And they're really sweet. My mom was telling me my sister and my brother-in-law has really planned out our trips in Shanghai so carefully. Mainly for him, they want to make sure that his first impression for China is absolutely over the top. So our first night in Shanghai, my sister took us to a authentic spot for Shanghai cuisines. And after we finished the meal, the restaurant was actually right next to the Oriental Beautiful TV Tower in Shanghai, one of the most iconic tourism attraction in Shanghai.
I could see the modernization in Shanghai because where we are walking across Huangpu River, beautiful skyscrapers, a lot of colors. And the first thing I noticed was everybody was staring at me. So that was the day we landed. Day two.
We went to the Disneyland and I'm like, oh my god, finally!
So before we actually planned to go to Disneyland, we went to this breakfast place that had
Shanghai Taipan fried bao.
I was told that it's really hot soup inside the bun, and so you basically hold it with your chopstick, eat the top portion off, slowly drink the soup, and then you eat. It was delicious. Yes, we actually spent our entire day in Disneyland, and it's the first time I've ever actually visited Disneyland.
If you guys don't know, so the Disneyland in Shanghai, it's one of the newest, and they have all of those new roller coasters.
We tried Tron for the first time. If you don't know what Tron is, it's like a roller coaster where basically you sit as if you're sitting on a bike, and I didn't know what to expect.
Because I have very short arms, so it was not really long enough for me to hold tight, and I was feeling really insecure.
And I thought, like regular roller coasters, this is gonna go slow and then pick pace. Of course, we were wrong. We were on a standstill, and suddenly this bike just takes off. We took a lot of pictures, so we spent the entire day.
And then we pretty much finished most of the signature rides, and then we got back home at like 9 or 10. It was 12 hours.
We were
in
freaking
Disneyland.
tired, man.
But it was all worth it. But that was one of the really special experiences that he got to bond with my sister and my brother-in-law.
So soon after Disneyland, we actually go to this really amazing barbecue place to have authentic Chinese barbecue.
To this day, he's still talking about that barbecue.
A couple of beers. We had a great time after we were done. And next day was my highlight.
So background story, my brother-in-law works in Aston Martin because he is in a manager position, so he is able to pull off some strings to get this guy into trying Aston Martin.
Well, Aston Martin is one of my dream cars. First time I actually sat in an Aston Martin DBZ. Beautiful. That car had power, man.
Words. First time.
First time driving an Aston Martin. It's gonna be crazy.
Zach and Aston Martin, take one. Action.
Action. Zach, Aston Martin. Any pose.
Listen to this.
I feel like he forgot he has a girlfriend that day. He just
Oh.
you.
Soon after that, we actually went to this Chinese garden.
So it was like an old Shanghai market, and they also have a temple and a Chinese traditional garden, the Jiangnan garden,
Yep.
which is really really beautiful. And we took a lot of pictures there. You remember how crowded it was?
Oh yeah.
It was super crowded because it was during a weekend, and I think there are some like event there in the market. And when we tried to cross the bridge, it was
Yeah.
so crowded. I feel like we're like shoveling through people like sideways.
And how would I be able to live with myself if I went to China and I didn't try hot pot?
Yeah, and luckily,
Yep.
Simon
Loves hot pot too.
is a hot pot enthusiast. It was so spicy
Yeah.
for me, and I end up can't eat anything after like half an hour, and I fill myself up by drinking soy milk. My friends.
Yep. It was.
They're, my
Was
sister,
beautiful.
my brother-in-law, and him, they're enjoying it. They're like, oh my god, this is so good. And I'm like,
I can't eat it.
breathe.
I can't eat it.
I'm breathing fire.
So that was actually the final day in Shanghai.
Yeah.
And then the next day we bid goodbye to Simon and Yolanda.
Mm-hmm.
We actually enjoyed so much with them, and they went out of above and beyond for me, and I really love them for that. Thank you so much. And the next day we actually took a train, and not just any train, we took the train.
The train that he's looking forward to as well.
Apparently they say that when you travel on the train and you have a glass of water, the water doesn't even move. That's how smooth the train is.
He actually tested it.
So we took that train all the way from Shanghai to her.
To Nanjing, my city.
Yeah. And yeah, then we were greeted by Summer's beautiful mom. And mom and dad, both of them were actually waiting for us at the station. They hugged me, they greeted me so well.
Mm-hmm.
And actually I was really excited to meet them.
My
This
mom
is the first time.
my mom and my dad, they were both really excited and happy to see him.
Yeah. And then we get home, guess who greets us then?
Bambi, our cute dog.
Yeah, so the first day in Nanjing, we were just relaxing the entire day. I was, getting a tour of the house
Yeah.
around.
We were playing we're playing frisbee with Bambis.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were
And-
walking around the park, get to know the area.
The next day, we actually planned to go to this place, like this big lake.
Yeah, it's one of the most popular and signature also as well
For couples.
of Nanjing. Yeah, it's a popular dating spot. It's called Xuanwu Lake. There's like a wish tree. We bought the red ties
Yeah.
and we wrote our wishes on it. And after, in the afternoon, we went to this place called Laomendong, which is a very successful cultural restoration project in Nanjing by the government. So they actually restore those old Nanjing buildings of restaurants, stores, and streets. So everything is exactly like when Nanjing goes back like 100, 200 years.
Yeah.
And my mom on that day was actually being our personal photographer. She took so many pictures, and I was like, Mom, stop taking pictures.
And we went to a spot where they make a sweet made of sugar. So you basically spin the wheel, and whatever you get is what he'll make.
Okay, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, so Summer got a phoenix that basically fell apart while
Yeah.
she was eating.
I was so sad, and my mom captured that moment with camera. I was laughing.
And I got a goat. And then after that, we go to try stinky tofu, which I've never tried before, and I'm probably never gonna try ever in my
And
life
the
again.
stinky tofu that he tried is not even that stinky. It's not like the most authentic one. And he's already like, nope, nope, nope.
Nope. So after we spent the entire day doing that, and then after that we went home to have a home hot pot.
Yeah.
I mean, day 3 in Nanjing. We basically decided that, oh hey, the weather is nice. We should maybe go into this place that has a hot spring in.
Yeah.
It's like a small resort, and I was like, you know what? I've never been to a hot spring. I'm down to go for that.
It was fun because it's an outdoor hot
Yeah.
spring.
And natural hot spring.
A natural one, yeah. And that was actually the first time that I tried outdoor hot spring as well. So that was fun experience for me. And we were laughing and talking so much,
Yeah.
even though he doesn't quite understand what they were saying. But and do you remember the lunch, and the owner actually gave us the actual dish, because the owner said foreigners come here. Whenever foreigners come here, we give like the best cooking, and we give like extra dishes just to welcome foreigner to China.
Yeah. Over the day we didn't do really much. Some final
And then
day
show them
shopping.
around, yeah.
Yeah. We actually, before we planned our dinner, we thought to go to play ping pong.
The ping pong association
Yeah.
in the university.
And when I say they take ping pong seriously, they take ping pong seriously.
So my mom took him there, gave him a lot of trainings
Yeah.
of how to do certain things, how to do some tricks. Yeah, and he really enjoyed it.
Yeah, her mom is a pro in ping pong. Holy jeez. Like her mom and grandpa, they're really good at ping pong. For a final dinner, it was organized by my
Yeah.
mother-in-law and her friends, and yeah, they actually organized all of that.
Yeah.
Based off of what I've learned over there, it's a massive round table, and basically they say that the important people are the ones that face the door, and they sit on the back. And initially I didn't want to sit there, but then I was told that, oh, you are the highlight of this dinner,
Like this dinner put up together because of you,
Yeah.
basically.
so you need to go and sit there.
a
And
lot
then,
of pressures for him as well.
and then Dad was sitting next to me, and Summer was sitting next to me, and Mom was sitting on the other side. We were drinking, and drinking, and we kept
Too
getting.
much.
If you guys are curious about this story, it's actually quite funny. So, so they give you different sizes of cups. One for a wine glass, like a proper wine glass, and one was for a Chinese wine, which is this tiny. It's like a small shot glass, right?
And another one to put the medium size to put the Chinese wine.
Yeah. With Chinese culture, whenever they're having any meals, they like to drink white wine, Chinese white wine. When they kept serving dishes, we'd cheers on certain things and drink white wine. And the white wine was strong. It was at least 70% alcohol. It was expensive wine too. And then this is one uncle whose family lives in Toronto too. We've met them before.
Yeah.
Who wanted to meet us as well. He wanted to welcome me into the family
Yeah.
as well. It was his way of showing that, he's glad that I'm here. And so he told me that in order for me to welcome you, you have to drink with me. I'm like, okay, I can drink with you. He took my wine glass, poured it into my big wine, like red wine glass, and told me that,
Yeah.
okay, you need to drink this with me.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, this is a little bit too much, but okay. And her dad, her mom, everyone were like, don't make him do this. Don't let him drink that, because he's
You're
not
gonna-
gonna be fine the next day.
And you're gonna scare him off, and he's not gonna come back to China again after this.
And you know what? He's like, he got a little upset that I didn't want to drink. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just drink. It's one time,
I was really worried.
and yeah. So I told him, let's do it. And then we did gambe, it means cheers in Chinese. And I drank the entire glass in one go, and everybody was shocked.
Yeah.
Sitting on the table,
Everybody was like, a big applause.
they were amazed to see that I actually survived And that wasn't the end of it. I had to do that a couple more times.
Mhm.
And then I had to do that with a full glass of wine.
That's right. So after the Chinese wine, there comes the red wine.
And the red wine was poured until the brim of the glass, and he told me to down that as well. I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'll do it. And yeah.
Yep. Right before the dinner finished, the uncle was actually gonna order 12 bottles of beer, and my mom is like, "You drink too much. You drink too much. Just call it off, and they have flight tomorrow. You drink, let's go home."
Yeah.
And then I was gonna go, and my dad, thank you, Dad. And my dad was like, "Don't go. Come join me and the uncle. Let's drink. I take you home back after, okay? You and your mommy go home first. I take Xiaojia back home with me, okay?" So, so I pull him away, and my mom pulled my uncle and my dad away.
We actually took a picture together, me and our dad, and we actually took a picture like this,
With my dad's tipsy
Yeah.
face,
and my tipsy face.
and yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. That was a fun night.
After that day, on our way to the airport, the uncle sent my mom a text message at like 11 a.m. Be like, "Sorry if I said or did anything inappropriate or offensive last night. I truly apologize. I was drunk." And my mom looked at it, and my mom told me, it's like, "Well, it's not his first time. He will do it again. Just don't take it like into heart." And I'm like, "I know."
It was a great experience though.
Yeah, but the good thing is they only do that to people that they love.
Yeah, that was our last day in China, and then the next day we drive back. So me, Summer, Mom, and Dad, we drive.
From Nanjing to Shanghai.
Yeah, it was hard saying bye to Bambi too, because Bambi
Yeah.
was very sad. You
And
could see it
hard
in
to
her
say
eyes.
goodbye to grandparents too as well.
Yeah. Grandparents, I really miss them so much all the time. Grandma's taken care of me so much, and
Yeah.
you know, Grandpa as well. He's always been there for me when I've had any
Yeah,
accidents
I
or
feel
something.
like grandparents and him have some sort of special bond because of the time that we spent here.
Yeah.
The few months that we spent here together in Toronto. I was just crying that entire day morning until we land on the airplane.
And we drive back to Shanghai to the
Yes.
airport, only to be surprised by Yolanda, Simon, and Enzo
Yeah.
actually coming to the airport.
So they actually came to the airport to tell us goodbye.
Yep, when she hugged her mom.
I was crying so much in the last minute.
Yeah.
Like before we have to go into the security. That was hard.
The 7 days felt like it was an eternity in China. It was beautiful for me.
We did so many things.
Yeah,
And we went to so many places. We had so much great time.
it was great meeting my extended family in China.
And I feel like overall, the reason why I said it went much better than my expectation, it's like I know that my families love him already. It's because of their reaction. Really surprised because I thought even though they love him, but because of the language barriers, they might be shying a little bit, not talking so much. There might be a lot of like awkward moments, but none of that happened. None of my worries happened, and everything goes so smooth, and we're so happy. And even though we don't know what to talk about, we're just so happy and excited and doing things together.
Yeah.
And people in general in China, they were staring at him, but all of them are pretty friendly
Yeah.
to him as well.
Not once I felt like I was being, you know.
Yeah.
So for all the
Sounds
people that are
nice.
wondering, you know, how China is actually,
Mm-hmm.
it's like any other place. People love, you know, foreigners. People love
People love when
it when other people experience their cultures.
They want
Yeah.
them to experience the culture. They're happy, and they're willing to share.
And the people are great there. Trust me, the people are amazing. In the 7 days I've stayed there, I've never even once had an issue with anybody there, and it was just one of the best trips I've had. We will definitely plan to go back. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys please leave a thumbs up and comment down below what do you think. If you want to go to China once, you should maybe give it a try.
Yeah.
If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys share it with your friends and families. Let them know, and please help us reach 5K. Once again, guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you guys.
Bye.